Check, check. You know, that's kind of funny. Okay, YouTube. It's interesting. My YouTube audio is out, and I had a thought like to double check. But yeah, thanks for the comments there. But yeah, I'm saying good morning. Welcome back. It's another beautiful day. The watch list is looking decent, and we do feel pretty good. We feel pretty good here coming in. So remember the disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky. Utilize simulators. Do not use money that you cannot afford to lose. Copy trading does not work. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful. Check, check. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, I knew that it was muted for so long and I did the wrong thing. Anyhows, I'm saying welcome back to the live stream here. Oh boy. I went into the settings and I unmuted it on the oh what was that? Anyhows, we're back. That's all that matters. We're back. We're good. We're ready. I'm saying be careful, remember the disclaimer, and other than that, let's get into the watch list. That was interesting. Anyhows, here we go. So I'm watching. There's CLIK, LOBO, and GTI. Those are my top stocks. There are some others which I'm not going to be paying as much attention to in the beginning, but we perhaps could see some opportunity. Those others are EKSO and AYTU. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, by the way, if you're tuning in on YouTube. Remember, I'll go over the disclaimer again. Remember that day trading is risky. Take it slow in the beginning. Utilize small size, utilize simulators, become competent and experienced before exposing yourself to a ton of risk. Other than that, remember that copy trading does not work, and I do not invest in my subscribers. So be careful of fake accounts. Yes, market open is in 16 minutes. 16 minutes to market open. Yeah, the others, probably not going to be paying too much attention to right away. So I'll start off here with CLIK. This is our leading stock. It's up 250% already. Some people definitely will say, well, Relentless, why would you even bother looking at a stock? That's already up 250%. They might say you missed the entire move. And that could be true, perhaps. It could be true, but a lot of times we find that these stocks will continue going. And if we don't get a strong uptrend, sometimes we'll still see sideways consolidation and even what we like to call a backside, which is the pullback. We do have traders in our communities, mentors, for example, Marcelo. If the stock is selling off and going down, he's still able to make money, right? However, in the sideways consolidation, right, if we're in a range, we can sometimes determine support and resistance and be able to take the trades in the range. But definitely for me, preferably if there's another uptrend where we go from 1 to maybe then 125, 150, that's where we can really lock in some gains here. Yesterday we had a pretty strong penny stock. This one is already at the $1 mark. So we'll have to see if it is going to be able to continue. If not, then perhaps, we pull back a bit. But It'll all come down to the first hour or two. We don't ever expect the stocks to go up right away. I think it'll be a little unrealistic. Sometimes they do, but not always. So we got pre-market highs at 109. On the daily chart, we got the 200 EMA at 162, which could be a target here if we happen to be super strong. 162 for the 200 EMA. In terms of lows, the low of the current range, we've been pulling back a bit, and it looks like we held up about 91 cents double bottom. So 110 by 91, 20-cent range, and we'll see how we do into the open here. I think if it's good, we'll know, and we'll go from there. But yesterday, if you guys can recall, after two clean trades, I sized up and took a massive loss. So I think again, back to just taking it slow and not overdoing it right away, right? I'm going to wait the first 3 to 5 minutes and be very careful in terms of size in that time. Very small size, and we'll wait it out. Even if the stock happens to be strong right away, we're going to try to move forward with just taking it easy the first 3 to 5 minutes. So CLIK looks pretty good. Company's called Click Holdings. It's always funny the name of these companies. It's up 200% with 200 million shares of volume. Sometimes when I talk with the team house guys, they laugh at the companies because it's like, it's probably one guy in an office somewhere. This is not always true, of course, but especially like some of the Chinese liquidations and things like that. But yeah, moving on, we have LOBO as the next one. LOBO. So I'm going to clear my drawing set here. This stock is a recent one, going back to the 13th, just a few days ago. So I want to zoom out here and pull up my E-Trade. How good do we look is the question. So when I zoom out, this is what I'm seeing, right? We had a massive move, gap up, news. 13th was what, Monday? Tuesday? Stock kind of did its thing. We had that red to green into the open and then sold off. And now today we're back up. So I'm kind of curious of the news because honestly, it doesn't, this is not the typical daily chart that we like to see. And how high are we is another question. So if I come back to dual screen again, okay, we had the sell off. The first daily candle to make the new high was at 120. We're currently with a high of 175. The 200 EMA is right here. It could be at the end of its life here already, but this is where it becomes interesting. If we're able to break and hold, so what's this level? About 170. I say 175 at the highs. That's the key for if this is going to continue and retest the highs from Monday, I believe that was the 13th. So can we see 240 will be the big question here. So that's going to be one of my first trend lines. 240. Pre-market on that day, I'm going to double check as well. Could also be a target if we're to get up to 240. 355 for pre-market. 355. Okay, cool. Nice. But again, 175 major resistance here. My TOS has it as 168. E-Trade saying 173. You know what? I'll put it smack dab in the middle. I'll do 171, 172. It's a bit of a range. It doesn't have to be the exact price per se, but plus or minus a cent or two. So right into our pre-market highs. It's going to be very important to break and hold if this one is to get up to 240. All right, LOBO. In theory, right? In theory. So let's say the stock does come up. I'm still hyper scalping, right? But Let's say the stock does come up here, pull back, holds nicely. In theory, I could just hold the position. Let's say we prove that we're holding the pre-market highs. I could just hold the position with a stop and wait for it to fill this gap. You know, in a bigger picture, I could do that. But of course, hyper scalping is the style that I like here. So I'll still take the couple of cents in the range over and over and work the range as we go up slowly. Or maybe quickly, depends. So LOBO. LOBO looking like we can see something here. Looking like we can give a nice move. Time, 9 minutes to the open. What's next? GTI. GTI. Sounds like GTA, right? Let's see. Is it on this list? Not on this list. We're up 134% with 137 million shares of volume. Let's pull it up here. This one is a penny. This is more sort of price range we've been seeing breaking out. Honestly, if we're to get a move, I'd prefer it to be this stock, right? This has been the hot demographic. Lobo kind of already came up. If this one can go from 22 cents up to $1 would be nice, similar to what we had yesterday in that strong move. 33.20 for pre-market high. And the low of our most recent pullback has been 2081. 200 EMA on the daily chart, all the way at 148. And I believe we might have a daily level here. Let's just double check. In fact, I'll use my E-Trade GTI. GTI. Today, I want to make sure I put on my blue light glasses early. I don't wear glasses. I have the 20/20 vision, as they say. But these glasses help out with the screens, the monitors beaming into my eyes here. That, and I'm going to grab this hat here early. Let's grab the bull hat. The ceiling light at some point will start to affect my eyes. I don't know why, but let's just get this out of the way here, and we'll turn on the screen recording as well, and we'll be good. Gotta get everything ready. And I know the brightness is like pretty crazy on the live stream, but to hell with that, right? So don't forget to start up your screen recording here. Let's see. All right, looks good. Do I trade options? The answer is no. Not really. Natural teacher, I appreciate the compliments. Okay, moving forward. So we have about 6 minutes. 6 minutes to go. Coming back to GTI, I'm checking out the daily chart, I believe. And do we have any major resistance? The last time we had a move goes back to December of last year, December 24th and 27th. We had a nice move. Daily candle also made a new high, continuation. Lows of 21, high of 180 over the course of 4 days. So not bad. Yeah, there's nothing major in between where we are now and about 80 cents, I'd say. Room to 50. Maybe we see some resistance up at 60. We had a couple of topping wicks there, but lower volume. Today, I'm looking to be a little bit more vocal as well. I think just, saying the trades out loud will also help me to be more disciplined and not cut the positions too quickly. Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes to win. Whatever it takes. So those are my top three. Again, GTI, LOBO, and CLIK. Those are the top three stocks that I'm looking at. GraphJet Technologies, this company here. Okay, moving on. Let's see. The others, AYTU is a pharmaceutical. I actually thought this was a gold stock, so good to know. 223 for highs. Again, not that much going on here. We'll see if it does move up later. And then EKSO. EKSO. Pre-market high at 115. Lows of the current pullback around 62 cents. If this one gets above VWAP, it could be interesting as well, right? I'm gonna set my share size, and then I'm gonna talk quickly about what I'll be looking for into the open and how I want to approach the day. CLIK will be the top stock I look at here to start. I do have the others on another monitor here. So we're at 96 cents. I think just a couple thousand shares just to feel out the stock will be good. And then we can always have a bigger position for later after the first 3 to 5 minutes. But we don't want to get aggressive early here again. So taking it slow. And then once we have the stock prove itself to be the stock of the day, or at least the stock of the morning, or at least the hour, whatever it might be, that's when I want to then bring out a little bit more size. Because again, we have some early losses. We need to avoid that. When it comes to pullbacks, for me personally, smaller size, I have to continue to size down on the dips and not forget when we do bottom out and I have determined the lows, that's where it's key for me not to sell the position too soon. There will be some trades where it's a quick bounce, right? But the other trades where we know we have the trade locked in, we got to give it that chance to open up, especially if it's not breaking down below my cost basis, right? Some of you guys are really good at determining the dips, so you can just, keep taking the trades as it's going lower. For me, I got to stay away from doing that. We're giving back too much in those areas. The slight hesitations below the high of day levels. When we're about to get that breakout, I got to pay attention to that as well. And take those quick baby pullbacks, the micro trades. When we do get up to over 1K, we want to make sure to size down a little bit, try to build a little bit more of a cushion, and then risk that. We have to keep that in mind to not, give back too much of our gains. We want to be like a sniper here, taking the best trades and leaving all the more riskier opportunities behind. And when we're seeing the massive flush outs, again, stay away for RT. Stay away from the massive flush out. Give it time to base out, and then from there. All right, with that being said, let's trade to the best of our abilities. Let's be disciplined. We got 10 seconds to market open. Time to rock and roll. Smaller size the first 2 to 3 minutes here for me. 3 to 5 minutes. How well can we do over the break of one if it does happen early? There's 93, 92, bigger pullback. It's a quick spring, not bad. So far, so good. I want to see how we're going to do towards this double bottom. Small size trade here. Just looking to give it a chance. Tight stop. It's going to make a new low, cutting it. 85 right there for the new lows. So right now, will we potentially see, try out, your mic is on, by the way. Will we see the 1 minute candle make the new high and then it, you know, curl from there? This is where it could happen. Tighter stops here. Let's see. There's 93. It's still trying. Can we push through 95? This one moves pretty quickly, by the way. It's like flying up and down here. I'd expect an explosion to one. Giving it a chance. Can we see that bigger push to one? It's a little slower to go, but it's fighting. Yeah, it's a little slower to give the push, but it's fighting there. Not bad, not too bad. If we can hold above one as we're getting into minute number 3, 4, that's where I'd consider being a little bit more aggressive, not full size, but a little more. The keys for this setup to hold up. The halt is at 109 if it does go over one nicely. It's not instant over one, watching. Okay, can we see the push through? So we definitely got a bit of a wall there. Again, it's a little slower to react over the level than I'd expect. We got sellers here as well. I would have expected more of like a lightning kind of push. So I want to stay ready though, just in case we were a bit slower to open up. And we got sellers at every cent of the way here so far. Over one. I do want to check the scans as well in case I am missing something else. Taking 88 dip, massive dip. Can we see 93, 94? I did hit the ask, did not get the fill. This one is failing here. So we'll give it time. We'll see what it does. I'll check the scans here quick. Let's double check here. TOPW. I'm going to take a look at a couple of them. Also, what about the others that we had? ESKO and AYTU. Okay, those are not really doing that well. LOBO, perhaps. LOBO could be interesting over 45. VWAP is at 50. LOBO, can we see over 50? We are below the VWAP, but it's moving up a little bit. There's 48. It does seem a little heavy though. We do have sellers. We'll see if it's able to grind its way. LOBO. It's grinding its way here. Still taking it slow. I need to see some more out of LOBO. We got less than a minute in the 5-minute candle. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Also consider subscribing to the channel. Okay. 43 to 53, not bad. And the 5-minute candle has 30 seconds. Lots of buying coming in, but we're seeing hidden sellers as well. There's a massive bid at 54. Is it enough to push us over 60? I don't like that the reaction is not immediate here. It's getting filled, getting filled, getting filled. Wow, I'm surprised of how big this buyer is. Might be multiple buyers as well. It's getting filled, getting filled, getting filled. VWAP? Where's the VWAP? Okay. Trying 44. Looking for the reclaim of 50, 55. Can we see a push? Tight stop. Time. Candle on the 5 is a little young. There's 53. Can we see 55? CLIK is moving up. How well can we hold 50? Smaller size here. If not, maybe retest of the pullback. I will definitely have to use size on this stock if I'm going to make anything. High fill there. Oh, wow. CLIK. Massive red to green there. I did see it inside of my eye a little bit, but missed it. Oh, wow. Might be breaking down here. New lows, 37. Smaller size there. CLIK, on the other hand, massive red to green. Massive. So again, this is the beautiful thing of going slow early is to not, be too aggressive and have those mishaps. So on this resumption, this is where things can really get started here. LOBO, I'll pull to the side. I'll still keep an eye on it. We did get back above 40, but we'll see. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. We do have over 600 people, but only 77 likes. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. And also, if you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to get ready for this resumption here in the next 3 minutes. Scanners are looking all right. K halted up. Oh, that was an insane red to green for anybody who kept an eye there. It's the tough part of trading a different stock that's moving up is that you can miss an opportunity. Okay. So the next obvious level is the pre-market high at 109. We are up significantly, so I think watching at the dip and rip could make sense, but after that, perhaps waiting for that bigger pullback and still starting somewhat small, only 5K size or so, and then we'll kind of go from there. So depending on how good the pullback is, once we start to base out, that's where I want to then get involved nicely. From 80, this one really started at 80 on the red to green there. Man. LOBO is back at 46. Over 50 could be interesting. We got a minute 40 seconds to the resumption. Will we see the dip and rip? Taking a quick look at some of these other ones that are halted. Is there anything? No, none of them really looking good. Yeah. So CLIK coming up. We got 44 seconds. So if I don't see a clean dip and rip, I'm leaving it alone, and then I want to wait for a proper, proper pullback, proper entry. I even want to be careful if we've gotten caught in two halts going down too this week. So if the halt down is too close to where the dip is, I'm just gonna leave it alone. We got 10 seconds. No fear, no hesitation here. We do have sellers. Can we see a proper dip? If not, over O2 could be interesting. Can we see over 10? We do have sellers at 10. We could see a bigger pullback here. Okay, it's gonna go. It's gonna go. I'm gonna try again. Tight stop. We had 14 there. Okay. We might need that dip after all. A little bit more unusual to see the stock go like that and then give the dip, but okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna take that loss and add back 92. Okay, that's better. Dang. I wanted to add into it, but I was like, just in case it fails, and fully Christmas trees. I'm gonna hold this for like 105, 108. Just take something small in case it doesn't go all the way. But yeah, well, I don't have size, so I'm interested in adding along the way if I get the opportunity. Time. Not the quick, immediate move over one. We'll see if there's an early pullback. If not, watching. Watching and waiting. Waiting patiently. There's a minute to the new candle, less than a minute. Keeping it tight. It's definitely having trouble back over one here. It's good buying. I don't know if it'll go here, but I could still see more pullback. It's having trouble back over one after that insane move to the halt. Oh, there was a spread. There was a big spread. I'll cut that scratch if I can. Oh, I went short somehow. Yeah, I got filled 2 cents higher than I would have wanted to there. That's never good. Yeah, I think this one is a little tough if you missed that, big spike there. So far, it's kind of just consolidation. You got to watch out for the higher fills as well. 94. Just watching and waiting. The fills aren't the best here. Oh, it's failing, man. No reclaim. All right, fair attempts. The big move was the red to green. It looks like there's not much else. Is there anything else? That dip was the last hope. And I give the watch list a look through. So we had a breakdown there below the low of day. It did bounce nicely, but IXHL, I don't know if this one is super obvious. It's moving up a little bit though. It's down quite a bit from yesterday's highs. Might be sideline time. Sideline time. We'll see if CLIK gets back. We got the highest at 85. We had a 3 bar play breakout. Let's see how it does here. These dips. We got 78 right there. Gonna get chopped out of that dip. Okay. 85 retest. All right, all right. Will we see new highs? False breakout there. Good volume too. Bro, oh my gosh, bro. All right, this stock is annoying me here. I haven't had a winning trade. This dip is not a bad dip either. But the tape, not super good for our indications here. Let me check the chat. Is there anything that I'm not seeing? I'm gonna check the scans here as well. CLIK, we're still at 85. So that one is below the bear flag highs. And then GTI, no good. IXHL still holding up here. And then LOBO is sideways and down. GRYP. GRYP is up 40% at 106. Volume seems a little light though. There's volume, but it seems a little slow in this area, so we'll see. Yeah, not seeing too much at the moment. MLGO could be pump and dump. Let's see if it holds up. Where is the Momo? $80. I think sizing down here is going to be a good decision. Seeing a lot of stocks coming from lows today. The halt is at 84 for KDLY. Right now we're red 1K waiting. We got caught on a CLIK on the dip at 90. Right now we're just waiting for something else. GRYP, slow move up to 14. GRYP 115. ATXG? I mean, that one is halted down. Alright, I'm gonna grab my chair here and just sit back, relax, wait. Not really seeing much. GRYP is let's see, how's the 5 minute? First daily candle to make a new high. This is the only one moving straight up here. It hasn't seemed volatile though, but we'll see. The halt's at 33. Hopefully just goes and gets halted up here. That'd be good. At least see a dip and rip. There's 32. Can we get locked in? Oh, halt level extended 39. Gotta watch out for the flush out. It's up a good amount here. About 7 consecutive green candles. None of these stocks feel like the normal kind of hot stock. Even GRYP is moving up a bit, but not the typical hot stock that we'll see. We had a pullback there to 20, highs are 32. It's a very quick pullback for such a extended move here, actually. So it's a tight pullback, surprisingly. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I'm short at the highs. Let's see if we get a pullback. Tight stop if it goes. I'll take a scalp. There's more sellers 30 at 20. My goodness. The Momo is so slow today. I definitely, If you don't see anything you like, I'd say sidelines. Just take it easy. ASST from the resumption. This one did push up a little bit, but again, not the typical hot stock that we'll see. You know. Jeez, my mic is off. This stock is like very thickly traded. KDLY potential halt up. I Is there like a refresh there? What's that all about? KDLY is halted up. Pretty quiet day so far. KDLY to save the day, Big Steve. Perhaps. Perhaps. My energy feels so low. It's like just like not much going. So KDLY, for a bit of context, we have a stock that sold off. Again, we're not really seeing our typical hot stock today, right? This one was pretty aggressive, pretty strong, going back to the 12th, which might have been a few days ago or Friday of last week. Lows of 13, high of 31. And then we sold off. Today, the first daily candle is making a new high over 1025. We're currently at 1134. And we did have a nice flag here, but well, let's say a wedge. We did break out of the consolidation. Now, again, so we're a little extended for me, but beyond the dip and rip, I want to be careful of a pullback. The next target on the daily chart would be 1328. Just going to map out a few levels. This stock could end up being strong, but I want to proceed with caution here, knowing that it's already been a bit of a slow day. So out of the resumption, I'm not looking to be super aggressive. I think after we base out is where we could see some better entries because we're already so high up versus 960 or 1020. It's showing 35 resumption, which is sideways. So watching for the dip. My goal here, can I make 20 cents or so? 20 cents or more. Or let's, I mean, it's $11 stock. Can we make 30 cents or more without losing 15 cents? We don't want to lose more than 15 cents. So if I'm buying the dip, I want to make sure that I'm accurate towards where, the bottom, right? So it'll have to be an obvious setup. If not, we'll just ease off, wait, see if we get a bigger pullback at some point. A minute and 7 seconds. Showing 11:44 resumption now. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. We do go live every morning around 9:15 a.m. Around 9:15 a.m. Ideally, I'd want the stock to go higher and then drop a little bit. But if it's sideways and then it pulls back, that's fine too. "15 seconds." Showing 47. KDLY. Watching at KDLY. Here we go. Dip, 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 dip. Not the dip I would have wanted, but something. 74. I want to be careful here. I'll ease off here and wait. Just in case it flushes out massively. There's a new high at 87. So it held up there fairly tightly. Waiting patiently. I'm gonna go short. It's gonna give me the worst fill possible in that spread. Even when the spread went lower, I got the worst fill there. Brutal. I want to see a decent size pullback here, if possible. Okay, that's definitely good for our scalp. And will we go lower? So far, the stock is actually holding up very well. I thought we would have already seen a big flush. But I don't want to let my guard down, though, because it could still give that, colossal pullback. Breakdown, breakdown. Alright, I'll take a scalp. The last 100 shares. I don't mind. I mean, if it goes, it goes. If it goes, then we do what we must to ensure success. If it goes without giving a bigger dip, so far it's holding up. Can we break and hold? Can we break and hold here? That'll be key. It broke. It's holding. But are we gonna go? And I got oh my god! And I'm not seeing my fill. I just saw my fill there too. Oh my god! Wow. I saw the ask price at 18. I got filled at 25 somehow. Oh, that's interesting. So I got filled above the ask price. The stock is gonna fail though. It's a good setup, but no good. Yeah, and if I had noticed that higher fill like that, I would have already been out too. Cool. Okay. So we had a nice tight pullback. The dip did hold up. The breakout did not go. And that is a brutal fill. If I'm gonna get fill there, at least have the ask price show that level, because I'm looking at the ask as I'm buying stock. Is the second try the charm? There's 35 again. There's a spread. So we're still seeing a fairly tight pullback here, all things considered. 35, bit of a double, triple bottom. No breakdowns or reclaims, anything like that as of yet. There's a bit of a breakdown. The reclaim, volume stalling out. You know, again, it's not the typical hot stock I'd like to see. I think taking it easy might be the best bet here. No bigger dips out of that resumption, which was interesting. We held very tightly, but the continuation got stuffed up there to 1220. I think I'm going to let this one go. Not the type of day I would want in this slower momentum. We got caught in two flushes, which wasn't good. So flush on KDLY and then flush on CLIK, whatever it was. Yeah, CLIK at 90 on that dip. So I think I'm just gonna lock it in and then wait maybe till later. Ay ay ay. The break of 12 wasn't bad, but you know, we had I think 12-11, maybe by 12-17. And no breakout. We held above there for a good 15-25 seconds. And then the depths. Alright, I'll be on the sidelines perhaps till something else later in the afternoon around like maybe 2 p.m., 3 p.m., depending on if momentum comes back. If not, tomorrow again. The flushes, man, I tell you. CLIK. We got caught. I think it was this one. Had to have been this one. But, a little disappointing on this stock here after this massive red to green. We'd expect a bigger pullback, but no retest of one, or at least no break of one. And that was pretty much it. So shutting it down and heading out early, coming back later. So for those of you going the distance till 4 p.m. through and through, stay disciplined, stay patient. Past store, heading out.